Transaction versus submission. This is going to piss some people off today. Well, providing, protecting, being a great dad, being a great guy. They don't work in marriage. I can't wait to talk about this with my wife. Your wife withholding sex from you.
I'm Cass.
And I'm Kathryn.
Hey, welcome to the MorrowMarriage podcast. And guys, if you're getting true value, you're inspired, hopefully with faith and not hope, because we came back from the depths of hell and we want to show you a better way. I'm not falling for this again. Job sex on a billboard. Why you don't need the apology.
We're MorrowMarriage.
Let's flip divorce statistics with the new marriage.
Welcome to the MorrowMarriage podcast, guys. Super excited about this episode because I think, well, what I tell my men is until you have a marriage like ours, stop doing it your way. Business coaches will tell you this too. Don't ever change the system until you're doing better, making more money. Okay. Now, the reason why I thought of this episode was it's kind of a weird, you know how my brain goes boom, 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 right? We just recently met my biological father. For me, it was the third time in my life, but for real. He stayed 3 days with us. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
He's my dad, hands down, not like my adoptive father at all. I wondered even, I signed his book, and I wondered when I said there,
what life. You signed a book for him.
For him, yes, yes. And I wondered, because Disrupting Divorce, guys, coming out September 16th. I signed it for him and I said, I wonder what my life would have been like had I had the love, your spirit of family, the spirit of joy that you have. He's just a gentle soul.
Gentle, you know? Caring, giving, loving.
Yes. And it was crazy. So he obviously had a lot of questions about my life. We were talking about what we were doing now here with MorrowMarriage, and part of the story came up, and he had seen us now the whole night before. We didn't really get into too much of all the
first night was just getting to know
each other, right? And so he just saw how in love we were, and he didn't say anything about that. But the next day, him and I went for a drive. We were just chatting, and I was telling him a bit of the story, and I said, well, I really don't want to tell you too much right now, because I'd rather you have Kathryn's take on it too, and we like to tell it together. But
what?
Yeah, what?
We do,
because we like to do everything together.
We do.
So I just told him the part of the story where, I'd done a bunch of work after the restraining order and all the stuff. And I said, Kathryn said, I'm not in love. I'm not attracted. I'm settling. I'm only here to honor my commitment and my oath under God. And eventually came out, I'm actually repulsed by you. Okay. He damn near went
off the road.
Yeah. He was like, what? She said that? And you're still married? And I saw what I saw last night. And so again,
certainly doesn't look repulsed now.
That's right. And so again, I didn't want to get too much of the story. So we started talking about some of the things that we've learned. And one of them is transaction versus submission. Okay. So I would like to just start, and I'm going to let you take the floor because I've been talking for hours here. But essentially, transactions, almost every man that I work with, I'm going to say every man that I work with, for example, as you know, thinks he's a great provider, so he should have sex. He's earned. Okay. And I had a couple viral posts on submission, one for the man submitting, one for the woman submitting the next day. Okay. They went mega viral. I think 7 million views together on just one of my platforms. And my platforms, like they're all mine. Sorry, Facebook. But essentially, it really bothered people because Kathryn and I work hard to remove the transaction, but certainly we do things to take care of each other. What is that? It's submission. We submit to each other's needs. And we both firmly believe if we can each submit to each other first, okay, then the other will submit to the other and we can have both of our needs met.
So we fight over submission.
Essentially, yeah.
First.
Exactly. So when you hear us talk about in episodes about, why you should give and you get what you give, okay, that's actually submission. You can do this to a stranger at the store, opening the door for them. You're submitting to them, right? You're giving. Right. And so I want to encourage you to think, how much more do you like joy, for example, than be joyful? OK, how much more do you like to laugh than to feel shitty about your day and being sad or being angry and wanting to fight? Almost everybody's going to say joy. OK, laughing, fun, excitement. And so we work hard. It's cute. She says fighting over who submits first. I believe it's where some of you will think it's transaction. It's actually we both just know our priorities and what our needs are now. Sex is the obvious one for me, guys. You know that Kathryn has a lot more sex than she needs. Okay.
A lot of women, that's not just Kathryn.
That's
Kathryn
right.
Collectively in the woman Gender.
That's right. But Kathryn has changed her mindset to focus on it not feeling like a disconnected chore or to-do list on the times that she's intimate without necessarily having the full desire, right?
I think that's really important because, and I'll let you continue, but it's really important to recognize that it's not a job or a chore because I want to take care of my husband. In the times that I'm not feeling like I want to do it because I want to do it, I want to do it for my husband. It's just really important. We've talked about it a lot of times.
We talk about it all the time, and I'm going to just go a little bit deeper with this here today because you're about to think, wait a minute, this is a transaction, okay? Couple of examples that come up. One is recent when you started taking children to help moms that are in need. And so she'll have a baby overnight or 2 babies overnight. And it's something that's filling her cup rapidly. You guys all know about the chickens. That is certainly filling Kathryn's cup. And as you heard in the last episode, we have 21.
I just heard that I could have 21 babies. That's what I heard.
well, okay. Let's see if I'll submit to that.
I was in my own reality, guys.
So good one, baby. So here's the thing, okay? If you, to an outsider, if you were looking in, you might think it's transactional, right? When we talk about having twins, she said to me a cute little joke, like, you're going to get me twice today, baby.
Oh, so we had twin babies overnight. And so I do, you have to explain that more. Yeah. Because we actually have twins too. Right. So I said, can I take these babies overnight? And he was like, what do you mean babies? And I said, well, there's twin babies. There's a mom that needs help. And can we take these 2 babies overnight? I'll thank you twice. Right.
You see? So it sounds transactional. Okay. Another example, the chickens, right? You know.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm hearing 21 times.
So, you know, I fixed something for the coop with the chickens one day, or I'm building onto the coop right now for her, right? And she keeps asking, she doesn't have to, but she keeps asking, she respects me. Can I have more chickens? All of a sudden there's 10 more. There's 2 more here. There's 2 more. It was kind of cute. They multiply, like I said.
Gremlins.
But then, like, you know, I'm in the pool house where I have my office, and that's where we're filming right now. Well, again, Kathryn shows up and says, I got the chicks and I just want to say thank you. And she like drops to her knees. Okay. Like, here's the thing. It sounds transactional, but what it is inside joke. What it is Kathryn and I understand. I like to connect with sex more. We're going to do an episode on this for you guys very soon, but I think in 2 more episodes. But obviously, like most men, I connect with sex. I no longer connect with sex for validation. I'll talk about that more in the episode with you guys. But I love intimacy. I have the running joke, like some people like Netflix. I just like having sex. Right. And so it sounds transactional, right? Kathryn saying, thanks for the chickens, this and that. But no, Kathryn, in the moments that she's taking care of these babies, that's something that she thought she could never have more kids. She found a way around, brings her so much more joy. Sex isn't the forefront for her brain. Okay. So that gives her so much more joy. I'm submitting to her saying, babe, you don't even have to ask for the chickens. I don't say that because I don't need to fix anything.
He just says
she wants to be respectful. So I just say yes and love her. Okay. Or we're driving, I'm like, well, maybe you want that alpaca, you know? I'm just giving her the free, here you go, like filling her cup, helping her do it, okay? The same way that she would be intentional and come to me before knowing, oh man, you know, he probably just saw me in that dress and he probably needs me to lift it right now, right? Submitting. The way, yeah, go ahead.
And I want to add, so when you said it sounds transactional. So when I say, hey babe, thank you for the chickens. Hey, thank you for letting me have these babies in our home. Thank you for building the chicken coop. Thank you for whatever it is. There's a lot about the chickens, isn't there? I love the chickens and I love babies. Like I even have a chicken on my, you guys see this? Chicken on my cup, on my coffee mug. It's me showing an expression of gratitude. And so it's not like I owe him sex because he gave me chickens, because he let me take these babies into our home. It's not like, oh, he needs this because he gave me this. It's, I love him so much more because he's recognizing who I am. He's letting me be, I used to say, unapologetically myself. He's letting me have my chickens. He's letting me, we're not going to have more babies because that's a long thing, but we're not going to have more babies. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to try to help me fill that in my motherly need that I need to mother babies and help these other moms. And so it's not like, oh, I owe you sex because of that. No, that would be that would actually be gross. And I want you guys to think about that. Like having sex with someone because you owe them because they did something for you, that's transactional. Oh, I'm going to use this good example. I don't want to derail your episode, but, oh, he gave me a massage, so I'm going to have sex with him. That's gross because it's transactional.
And we've lived that, guys. We've lived that. Okay?
Or he gave me a massage. I'm so thankful that he gave me a massage that I want to have sex with him. Even if you don't have the desire to have sex, the desire to have your husband desire you, the desire to fill your husband's cup because he just did something for you, which, by the way, a massage takes way more effort than sex does usually. If your husband's going to rub you for an hour and a half.
No matter how wild your sex is, honestly.
A massage takes way more effort. And so it should be gratitude and love if it's not desire. Oftentimes desire can come from a massage though, right? If the husband is like not doing it with the intent to, oh, you owe me.
Transactional, okay.
Gratitude and love.
Yeah, you guys, even no matter how much Kathryn wants to connect, okay? So desires to connect, okay? No matter what it is when we connect, I thank her every single time. I've told men that and they're like, thank her? Like you're confused because you see, if you're in a transactional mode, you actually think you're entitled to it, which makes it the transaction. I'm grateful that my wife, whether she wanted everything wild or whether she wanted just to connect and be there for me, I'm grateful for that because it is high on my priority list for extracurricular, where chickens and babies bring her a lot more joy sometimes, right? And so
sex brings me joy. Don't get it. Don't get.
Oh
that.
Yeah.
It's just that there's just a what do they call it?
Level of
what's that? When your desire is different, there's a word for it. Desire non-concordance. You're just not the same. Arousal non-concordance, desire non-concordance, arousal, desire non-concordance.
Arousal doesn't equal desire. So you can have a body that's ready to go, but the mind and the heart are not. Okay. That means you're aroused, but you're not desired. Okay. And then the other way around would be you can't get your body to work. But you really want to be connected.
You really want to, but you can't get wet.
I'm not getting, or he's not getting hard. And then the other person typically takes that, personally. Like there's so much.
And I meant something different. I just meant the difference in desires between people. But that was really valuable, though. That was really, really valuable. But I meant the inequality of how much we need it is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, going back to transaction versus submission, when he does things for me, he's submitting to me. When he says you can have 21 chickens, that's how many chickens we have right now. And that's him submitting. He doesn't want chickens, but he loves.
Actually,
he's
starting to like them a little, yeah.
And like he wants to have sex every day. I don't necessarily want to have sex every day. I want to have sex with my husband. I don't want you guys to misread. I've talked a lot about having quickies, and there's so much more that goes into it. I just want you to. I've been trying to turn your cranks to turn your crank to try to get you to start to just start by going through the motions if you're not doing it. But because we have different things that we want, he still gets something out of watching me with the chickens. And he's starting to like the chickens. Even in the times that I don't want to have sex, I get something out of seeing how much he desires me and how much that fills his cup. That's not transactional. Hey, thank you for the chickens. I'm going to suck your, right? Same page.
Same page.
It's thank you for the chickens. I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much. How can I fill your cup and empty your pipes?
Empty your pipes. I love you. Guys, I want to be clear. This isn't, again, we're only giving 2 examples, chickens and sex. Okay. So, well, 3, because we talk about the babies too, but we have a list of things.
He likes when I make him sandwiches
that's
and
100%.
dinners. And I'm not the best at making dinner. I actually suck. But like when I do it, it fills his cup. And when he's always so grateful for it.
That's right.
So I'm not doing it because I'm like, hey, you washed my car. Let me make you a sandwich. I owe you. But if he washed my car, I'd probably be like, oh, honey, I'll make you dinner tonight. Just because I'm like, I'm so grateful. Look what you just did for me. It's a mindset thing.
When you start to go to gratitude, guys, you remove the transaction. When you start to give the gratitude, you'll start to feel it. You at first might not. If your partner's on a board, at first, it's going to feel frustrating. But so is everything we teach. Almost no couples come together, which if you're listening, for goodness sakes, Kathryn, you should have the women. I should have the men at the same time. It would make things better. Faster, okay? But most of the time, it's not what we get.
We get one woman on board or one man on board.
That's right. And so when that happens, of course, it feels like you don't get what you're entitled to or what you deserve. But then you're pushing the mindset of transaction, not submission. Start giving what you want. Start giving what your partner needs, okay? And then your needs will be met. And we learned this early on. We didn't really get it and apply it until later. There are needs you have never even dreamed of that your partner will meet. Like
when your partner feels fulfilled.
100%. All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.